Good afternoon, latties. How the fuck are we doing? Let's get right into this fucking shit show real quick, shall we? Hope everybody's doing well. This and that, yada 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 yada. Let's do a weekly outlook video. I got a handful of responses to the tweet I made regarding if there were any particular symbols that people wanted analyzed. So we are going to go do those. But also some ones that were not mentioned for obvious reasons. So to get started, futures opened up approximately 4 hours ago and gapped up. Barely green at the moment. I mean, on the 5-minute, if trading futures on a micro time scale is your thing, kind of looks not too bad. On the macro, getting rejected off of distribution on the 1 hour. So, this obviously ties into SPY. So let's pull up SPX. On the daily, where do we fucking start with this shit? Okay, on the daily, okay. The current volume regime, which is a new indicator that was made by your boy, which is currently free on TradingView. The volume regime is currently bullish, but we do see bullish momentum stepping out and bearish momentum stepping in. As far as the snippy snipe goes, with this config, scanning link set to 11, cloud sensitivity 0.5, and you can see the rest. I have 3 instances of that, but with the only differences being that the scanning links are 11, 31, and 51. So, but on the 11, we're reading that the macro momentum is bullish, and micro momentum suggests bearish. What do we? It's not that it's a hard chart to fucking analyze. It's just how do you factor in what the chart has to say, knowing everything that's going on in the world. How do you go about wading through that? Because at the end of the day, listen, TA is great. I love it. It's made me a lot of money. It's also lost me a lot of money, but thankfully I've made more than I've lost. And all of that comes from this idea that you're using patterns to figure out what's next, because there are some patterns that, like a descending wedge, falling volume and falling price. Eventually, if you can find where that wedge takes place, does lead to significant upside the majority of the time. But with everything going on in the world, how do I say this without bearing credence to people who just don't know how to do TA and hate it because they don't know how to do. TA cannot outdo fundamentals, and TA cannot outdo headlines. So just always remember that. On the daily, I'm kind of liking it. We do have another Fed meeting this week, I believe. Or I know for a fact, at least, that Jay Powell is speaking. In general, though, I think this is a giant inverse head and shoulders. That's the crescendo. That's the crescendo. Especially with everything going on with China and Russia and blah, 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 blah. I don't think the U.S. is going to push itself into some economic catastrophe, at least until next year. So, SPY to 1,000 by end of year. On the 4 hour, we did get a buy signal from the volume indicator. We got pushed out of distribution about 3 weeks ago, and now we're about to approach back into it. So you decide. This is what I'm seeing, and I don't know what the fuck to tell you. All right, AMC, obviously a beloved favorite. We got the daily bounce. Wyckoff Snippy Snipe doing its thing. As far as volume goes, we haven't seen a bullish deviation yet, just because the daily time frame obviously requires a full day before any changes happen. So kind of hard to suggest that there would be a bullish deviation there until you go down to lower time frames where we are reading as a bullish volume regime. Snippy Snipe is liking it. I'm fucking liking it. We did get the bullish volume alert back here. And, unfortunately, this chart and GameStop and a lot of other retail favorites are heavily correlated with the overall markets. This has a lot to do with just market structure, things like the reverse repo, blah, 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 blah. So if the markets do well, these are probably going to do well. Until we start to see, whatchamacallit, let me pull up this indicator. Where did I fucking put it? Here it is. All right, I'm not sure if this is public or not. If it's not, I'll make it public. So this right here, all of the red. If you see a bunch of red, that means that whatever benchmark of your choice is selected. If it's doing bad, it will populate red. In this case, we have the SPY. So if you look at the daily of this chart, you can see that it typically goes down when the rest of the market is going down, and that's how the trend has been for quite some time. Going down to the 5-minute, we're starting to see some strength, but even then, starting off intraday, sometimes we get pulled down with it. So just bear that in mind. Overall, though, as the markets are starting to recover, quote unquote, as far as like SPY goes and all the major indices, it looks like we're going to do good this week, if those major indices stay good. The 1 hour is reading bullish momentum stepping in and bearish momentum stepping out. The snippy snipe on the 1 hour says neutral, but I would say it's pretty bullish. Even the 4 hour has a double bullish instance right here, as you can see, micro and macro. Jimbo, me boy, pretty much the same thing. Looks like there is some contention going on between bears and bulls, though, on the 4 hour. On the 30-minute, though, we are seeing an increase in bullish momentum and a decrease in bearish. Double bullish as well on the snippy snipe. Also had a daily bounce. As you can see, snippy snipe does it again. And again, because this is a macro time frame, talking daily candles here, it takes at least 1 day for a piece of data to hit the tape of the indicator. So it is going to lag a little bit behind, given that we're waiting for a full session. But within the past 3, we've started to see our reversal, so I would imagine that the snippy snipe would start to read that. And actually it is. Macro momentum is neutral. So we should see that start to switch, though. Lower time frames should be picking up on it. Yet micro momentum on the 4 hour is bullish, and macro is neutral still. If we go to the 2, all right, double bullish, cool. Let's take a look at Tesla. Tesla is actually stepping into macro distribution. Very nice. You can also see we had a little bit of a squeeze between accumulation and distribution along here. I kind of like it. 4 hour looks good as well. Macro is reading bullish on the 4 hour. Micro is still neutral, which is pretty much, I don't know. Given how this chart looks on the daily, I can understand that. On the 4 hour, the current volume regime is bullish, and we have bullish momentum kicking up, bearish momentum kicking down, and institutional activity appears to be aggressive. So very nice. If we go down to the 30-minute, yeah, just writing distribution. That's what this thing wants to do. Again, we had a nice little squeeze between accumulation and distribution up here, and that set it off. Currently up approximately 10%. So very nice. I like it. All right, let's see what you fucking scoundrels have to say on Twitter. Genius? The fuck is this? From our man fucking Taylor Geedy? With a fucking handle of worth a look-see? Alright. Daily is still reading bearish, as well as bearish momentum kicking up. I mean, it looks like accumulation. That looks like a possible spring back here. Let's check the 2 hour. Neutral. Yeah, no. This looks like a giant descending wedge of some sort. 4 hour. The 4 hour is starting to gain momentum. It's starting to curl up a little bit. So I don't know, dude. This is an interesting chart, though. I'll give you that. Appears to be pretty correlated to SPY. Yeah. Yeah. I would be careful with this one. I would be very careful with this one. I don't know what the SI is, but I'd be careful with it. The 4 hour, I mean, looks kind of okay. Fucking. it seems like bears need to step out and at least close some of their positions here. So maybe you'll get lucky. Given the most recent squeeze, it's down. Yeah, no, bears should be actually taking profit here. So hopefully that's what happens, and you do get some upward movement. That's a sketchy one though. CHPT, when it moves a lot. It seems to make a move right now from I noter B. I not Reb. I don't know what that fucking means. Cool name though, dude. Looks very interesting. It's holding up really well given SPY's shit fits over the past couple months. Check the 1 hour. So even the daily is still neutral. It says bearish momentum's kicking up. So or as far as volume goes, there's more bears stepping in. 1 hour kind of looks good. I don't. You need more volume. That's all I can really say about it. Is you need volume. It's good to see that despite this rejection, it eventually broke out, but I'd be careful with it. I would be careful with it. On the 4 hour, you got room up until 1878. So, 5%, I think, give or take. About 6%. I would be very cognizant of whatever volume you get. Got the bullish volume alert here. And is up 21%. Yeah, this is definitely gonna consolidate a little bit. If it does something cool, it's gonna have this fucking pattern to it. Otherwise, I would see a bounce off of this piece of accumulation. Yeah, be careful with it. It doesn't look too bad though. It doesn't look too bad. The smaller time frames seem to be bullish, but macro-wise, it's not looking too promising. Fucking hell. 4 fucking tickers. Cannabis, please. SNDL. A lot of retail. Oh god. I mean, maybe it looks to be breaking out of accumulation on the 4 hour. Kind of got rejected though. Everything's neutral. Everything is fucking neutral. Volume and price. The daily, neutral. The daily says there's bullish momentum kicking up on volume. Also trying to break out of accumulation on the daily. 1 hour. Yeah, no, this is just a straight up, I don't fucking know. Too speculative. Carvana? Holy shit. That's very interesting. Carvana might actually do something nasty. Not only do you have a squeeze out of accumulation, but also going into distribution. Okay. Yeah, no, I like it. I like it. There's the bullish volume alert, as well as an unusual volume alert back here on the 4 hour, and squeezing. Yeah, I like it. I like it. I like it. I think you're about to see a regime change. Not only because of just how the chart looks. It looks like bulls are starting to take control, but also because it says neutral. Because you're in a neutral zone. So I think you're going to see a bullish transition here. I don't know as far as macro price target wise what it can do here, because fundamentally Carvana's pretty fucked from what I understand. But technically speaking, it looks really good. I like this. I might actually buy some calls on this week. AMD. That was from fucking Jacques Lecoinstius, whatever that means. Snap. Trying to break out of accumulation. Actually, it closed right on the highest most piece of accumulation on the daily. Everything's reading neutral though on the daily. 4 hour price wise bullish, volume wise bullish. Bears are looking to step in. Put the volume alert back here and some unusual volume alerts preceding it. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Check the SI on this one. That's what I would do. Let's see. Oh, FaZe. FaZe might fucking squeeze again, dude. This shit is so funny. Because I grew up fucking watching FaZe Clan videos. I tried joining FaZe when I was a fucking kid. So to see them being traded publicly is fucking hilarious. Snippy Snipe says bullish on the 4 hour, but volume-wise is reading bearish. 1 hour neutral. I think it's going to get slapped off of distribution. So about 1450, call it 1468. Yeah. I might get a pop out of here. It might get a pop. It might break out of distribution on the 30-minute and then get rejected on the 1 hour. I'd be careful. I'd be careful. I'd be really careful with this. IV is probably still juiced as well. Fucking hell. Yeah, I'm indifferent towards this. The 4 hour is reading bullish, but it needs volume. It needs volume. Amazon. Amazon's about to do some pretty cool shit, it looks like. The daily's starting to flip bullish. And right now the volume regime is indecisive. But on the 4 hour, we're getting bullish on volume and neutral / bearish on price. The 1 hour is flipping bullish though. Looks like it's about to squeeze through distribution. Yeah, I like it. I like it. It's still got room all the way up to 137, I would say, at least. Because of this, and you just have a natural resistance right here, which you'll probably get some reaccumulation out of. I like it. I like it. Especially because it broke down here and got rejected again, but now it's curling up. So yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. We'll do Bed Bath & Beyond and call it there. Shit. Looks like it's about to break out of accumulation again. Wyckoff Snippy Snipe is neutral. Oh no. It got rejected off of accumulation. Volume is still reading bullish though. It might be flipping bearish because we have bears also stepping in. So I think you might get something like this, but then come right back down. Yeah. I don't know. I think this is going to be like GameStop 2.0 as far as timing goes. Like with the seasonality that GameStop had back in whenever that was, starting like in November of 2020-ish. I think Bed Bath is starting to see the same thing. The sequence of people shorting and then getting squeezed and then trying to close their position and then squeezing it again, that rhythm that Bed Bath & Beyond is seeing is what GameStop was experiencing. And especially with all the fucking just cyclical changes and how markets work every quarter, like it's having that rhythm of what GameStop was doing. Fuck it, I'm buying calls this week. I like it. I like it. Fuck it. All right, that's it. I love you fuckers. If you have any other suggestions for daily recaps, leave them in the comments. In the meantime, like, sub, fondle, and stay black.